Hi, I'm Patrick, and this is the Ugandan board game pioneers. I am a Ugandan, and I am a board game player. We are not doing this podcast to teach people the rules, but we are doing the podcast to give out our views on the games that are made. I'm going to pass you on to the next person so that he can introduce himself.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Goldo Arnold and I like adventurous game also like Runebound, Lost Legends, Legends of Andor and etc.
Hi, my name is Joseph Otim. I like the bit of the game I like is adventurous. For example, Lost Legends.
I'm Beckham, and the bits of games that I like are games that involve teamwork in it, like let's say Forbidden Island, Mallrats in Space and others, Today we are reviewing Forbidden Island, and this is a game that was donated to us by Matt Leacock. Thanks to Matt for sending this through. Alright, we have played Forbidden Island several times, and Joseph, what did you think of the game?
I think I like the components. For example, these ones, they are a little bit durable and are not easily broken, and then the cards are a little bit thicker also, and I like also the art which has been involved in here, so it can easily describe what it means. For example, the bridge, everyone can see that this is really a bridge, so even though you don't know how to read, you can easily know that this is the bridge. So then another thing is the components are easy and the map is easy to set up. So there are like few cards and then it's easy to set up and play.
Okay, the thing I like about the game Forbidden Island is the cooperative part, which is there are classes. Okay, like the pilot can fly from one space to any space he likes. There's a diver, there is also an engineer. I like where they have to work together to get these trophies.
The bit of the game that I like is the way it's played, because it can easily change. For example, if you are playing the game, you would have to draw these cards in certain part of the game. If you draw this and you have 4 copies, you'd have to pick this kind of trophy from there. If you draw this one also and you have 4 copies, you'd have to pick that trophy, the other one. And then if you draw this water rise, it would be unfortunate for you because this marker would have to go up, like from elite to legendary, and then you'd have to reshuffle the cards. Another bit of the game that I like is the teamwork bit of it, because if you don't work as a team, you'd obviously lose the game.
We have played the game several times, and the game is good. And the last game we played, all my opponents, like the partners we were playing with, all of them got to the Fool's Landing, as it's called. But I was the only one remaining at far distance. And what I had was the pilot, so things just turned out like that, and we won the game. The aspect that I like about the game is the teamwork bit of it, and as my friend Joseph has said, the components and the trophies are really good. The artifacts, they're nice, and this gives you a bit more morale to play the game. And also the number of actions you have per turn gives you a bit more flexibility, and gives you time to think of what you'll do. And strangely, when we started at novice, we actually lost, but when we started at elite, but we nearly lost, but we won.
I like the way the game is played because of the way the cards fit into the game. Like water rise, reduces on your time. The trophy cards, they help you collect trophies, and etc, etc. I would agree with Joseph on the bits of the components of the game, but it would be better if these pieces were made into humans. and a bit larger, because I don't see how a small human is going to collect a big trophy.
The trophy is collecting the human.
That's another thing with the way the game is played. I love the strategies that you can develop in it, because if you work like a team, the strategies that you'd have to send people into different locations to collect different trophies. And then if you don't use strategies, there's high chance that you're going to lose on the game.
I think I disagree with Patrick about the strategy, because when every player knows his rules, then the game is a bit of more luck. So as long as you draw the right cards, it doesn't involve a lot
Not
of strategy.
waterfall.
Like the game, I think when you're playing it, you can never play two games which are the same. There must be a difference somewhere and somehow. And the teamwork bit, I love it, but personally I love solo games more, because you would get to see the person who wins and the person who loses and the person who is better in which kind of game.
So there's no strategy you are going to do if the water rises very quickly. So
Well, there's a strategy you can use for that. For example, if you pick two waterfall cards, water rise cards, you then have to chip them in different locations before you shuffle the cards. Because if you shuffle the cards without chipping them in different locations, it would mean that
You'll get them again.
you'll get them together again.
for example, you draw the fool's landing and then it sinks down. So I don't think there's another strategy of preventing that from happening. So if the fool's landing sinks, so you are going to lose the game.
Well, on that one I would somehow agree with you, but I really disagree, because if a piece is far away, there are chances that one has to make. For example, you can decide to use the sandbags and you send someone across, someone who can make it there. You use your actions to send that person, and then that person can obviously turn it across.
Well, you have to be lucky to have the sandbag and it's... Okay, let's take a scenario that the cards are almost getting done and there are only 3 cards left. Then the fool's landing is the what? The last. You open the fool's landing, you shuffle, you get the fool's landing on top. That's where the luck comes in.
You can't tell me that you've drawn these cards and then you don't have a sandbag in it. There's no way you can deceive me.
So which strategy are you going to use to prevent fool's landing from sinking? Because you are drawn randomly.
Okay, let me give you an example. You're drawing cards randomly.
Yes,
And how many cards are there? There are many.
there are many.
And how many copies of sandbags are there? Very many. Then,
Not very many, can I assure you.
okay, there are also many. There are something like 2 or 3, or even 4. Then there's that percentage that you're going to draw a sandbag. No matter what, you have to draw it.
Well, there are a few sandbags inside, so the percentage will be a bit low. Because let's take an example: the sandbags are under, are beneath. You have to be lucky to get the sandbags on top. That's where luck comes in. And also, let's say, because you said something along the lines of maybe using a strategy to maybe not let the fool's landing sink. And one of the strategies I may think of that you might be able to use is maybe sticking near the fool's landing, and then others will be collecting trophies, and that won't be teamwork anymore.
What would that be? What would really
You'll
that
be playing on your own. You
No,
remain near the fool's landing, others are going to collect trophies, and you're
No.
lazily sitting near the fool's landing.
Now listen to me, Beckham. This is the thing. If you decide like a team that one should stick near the fool's landing to prevent it from sinking, that is also a strategy that you're using.
That will
What would you call that one?
be not teamwork. It won't be teamwork.
That-
Teamwork
It
is
would be
that's
teamwork.
working together.
It would be teamwork.
Collect the trophies. What's the aim of this game? It's to collect all the 4 trophies and take them back to the fool's landing.
I think the game is in between strategy and love. They are both, because like strategies, in strategies where you discuss and decide and say, let this one collect this trophy and this one also collect the other trophy, and also letting someone to stay on the fool's landing because they need
Because he's a fool.
no. And also the luck bit is where you draw these cards, like the sandbags, which help you when you're not near the fool's landing and you can't reach there, but it can help you to what? To save the fool's landing from sinking. I have taught many children how to play this game, and I think the problem they are faced is they sometimes don't understand me properly, and some they don't understand the English a little bit, but they are learning, they're trying to they're learning it, and I think they have enjoyed the game. Every time they come, they say they want to play it again, they want to play it again.
My game is quite simple to teach the children here because it doesn't involve a lot of reading, and then it is also straightforward. It doesn't have a lot of rules which are complicated, and then it's easy to play. And then another thing, it doesn't take a long time. So you play and then you end it and then you play another. For me, I think the game is too simple because now I'm used to playing more complicated games.
So this game is good for kids in Uganda basically because if they are still learning, they can easily grasp the rules because there are no much rules. But for those who are already used to the game, it's a bit of too simple for them. When we played from Legendary, it would make a difference. To wrap up our podcast today, I'm going to thank Matt Leacock for sending us this nice game. If people like this video, we are going to make more in the future. The next game we are going to review will be Lost Legends over here, and hopefully you will see us soon.